Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching on the world. Sean Driver, the Red Horde, and Brendan's here. Forgive me, I'm a little bit tired, a little bit exhausted, a little bit worn out, a little bit flu-y, sicky, whatever, but still committed to the cause and will be here for this one. Brendan, how the hell are you?
I am good. I am excited. It is a Friday. I am not working. I am here watching Wrexham about ready to beat Birmingham, so I'm pumped.
These Friday games are sort of like a blessing and a curse. I feel like if you get a Tuesday, you can make it work. Get two days of the week makes it harder to do. I guess fortunately for us, we had an extra stat this week. Reconciliation day was on Tuesday, and so we were able to have time to take the other one in or do other things, which I obviously was away. You held down the barn on that one, and it looked like did a slow start, but ended up finding magic in the second half again. Is that a fair description as to how the Leicester game went?
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't bothered by how we were playing. There was no point where I was thinking, oh, we're in trouble, we really got to turn it on. It just felt like, it was after the first 10 to 15 minutes we had felt out the game and we looked comfortable. We didn't have a ton of the ball, but I didn't feel like we were getting dominated. They weren't making anything productive out of holding the ball. And we were dangerous several times with our attacks. So I was quite positive, and my confidence in the fact that we were going to score didn't wane in the first half at all. So
I have a feeling when you go through Birmingham Twitter to try and get a pulse of what's going on with Birmingham City right now, that's the sense that I get is there's a lot of center back kickabout, no forward progress, no threat inside the box, and at least from the fan perspective, that seems to be the resounding issue. We'll go through their roster and we'll talk about other stuff as well. But man, Dave number 7's here. We need a list that we can just check off. Chris is saying Wrexham win tonight. I'll tell you, I sure as hell would like one. The fact that you go undefeated for an extended period or you're doing well away from home, those are all boxes that you need to check, right? But we're on the cusp of, are we going to be mid-table, which is still like, let's remind ourselves here, back to back through looking to at least consolidate in the championship, difficult enough as that is. And I think that there's a hunger and a drive to like playoffs is an obtainable goal. Top 2 automatics. I'm not looking at those, but there may be others that are. But I think we have a realized chance. And this is, like I said to Brandon before we got on, this is sort of the gauntlet. And it starts with Birmingham right now, and then it gets really ugly after this. So to me, finding 3 points here would be nice. Brendan, did you want to go through rosters first?
Sure, I got Wrexham's ready.
We got Wrexham up. I mean, par for the course, right?
The Doyle change.
I mean, I guess you could.
Yeah,
the Doyle change instead of Mr. Brunt. I really like Brunt, and it's hard to argue against the guy who's been performing so well. I think Doyle has a higher ceiling than Brunt. The question is he going to get there soon enough that by the end of the season, you want to get there? And this is barring, of course, Brent having any knocks or just needing some time off or that sort of stuff. This is assuming it's just fully a straight football top 11 pitch related question, both people at the same level of health. And I can see what the people with counter positions would say is, if you don't play Doyle, he can't hit that ceiling. So you've got to find ways to get him out into it outside of cup competitions and reserve matches. So what's your take on it? As good as Brunt has been, the decline with Doyle has been only noticeable on the back end. I think Doyle provides more pop moving the ball forward than Brunt, despite Brunt being good at it. I'm not saying he's poor. But to me, Doyle has got crossed up and has been part of the problem with connecting with the center backs, Hyam, and losing people in defense. Do you have the same assessment, and do you think that sliding him in there is the right decision.
I obviously don't know why. It's strange. Unless someone messes up or is dinged up, you usually don't see a stuff like this. So I don't know that there isn't information we don't know about. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know that they're like, we got to work the young guy in. I think there's probably something we don't know, like maybe Brunt was a little dinged up in practice. They're not telling us or something like that. For me, the difference between the two guys, Doyle is going to be much more stout. He's not going to get knocked around. He's probably going to be more helpful on corners and other stuff. Hey, swoosh kid. And he's probably a better passer, but Brunt's a lot faster. And I think he's less likely to get run around by quick guys that get past Longman now on that right side, right? So I think that's where we're dangerous. If Longman isn't staying back, it can expose Doyle a little bit if you get a fast winger that gets to Doyle and gets around him. Otherwise, I think Doyle's damn good.
I would fully expect in our 5-3-2, 3-5-2, whatever you want to call it with the wing backs, that you're going to end up having more of the ball being put through Kabore on the right side and have Longman back. So it's not going to be I know there's some rotation in any event depending on ball side and on ball side, but I think that there's going to be a default sort of to push the ball down the right side. Longman being there to clean things up if the ball gets through the box on the other side, but largely being set up to cover with Doyle. Dobson,
can I interject for just a second? I know you're a huge Longman guy, and we've kind of gone back and forth where if you had your choice, you'd have Longman on the right as opposed to Barney before Kabore
showed up.
Right?
Yes, I was.
So, and I was Barney because I thought he was faster, better with the crosses, and you liked Longman. And I thought both of them at times were lacking defensively, but I had seen a lot from Barney getting back speed-wise that made a difference where he could sprint ahead, but he could also bust his butt and get all the way back. Longman last game, I know you won't believe it, but all I was doing was singing his praises. His defense was phenomenal.
I've got to watch the whole thing, is what you're saying. The whole watch along and review.
No, he was great defensively against a very good winger. So, yeah, I just I think Parky might have said, "Hey, look, if you want to stay in, you need to tighten up your defense because, if we're running everything through Kabore anyway, we need to make sure you're back and then you're that last guy that swings behind the defense to make sure nothing, sneaks through." So, and it looks like he was doing that. So, yeah, I mean, with him playing that good a defense, maybe Doyle's the better pick because I think he's probably the better passer. The kind of stuff that we were seeing out of him early on with those long passes across field were awesome. So
I will take those as weapons. The other one that I found interesting, again, you try and get the pulse on things and what the community is feeling when you're not there. And when I say the community, I mean Wrexham and its global community as well, is how polarizing Dobson seems to be right now. And really? I think there is a legitimate camp that says he's having a remarkable season. He's done everything that can be asked of him defensively. He's been on point. He's working his tail off and sing all of the praises from here forever. And the inverse is saying he's not at the level. He's been playing hard, but his offensive lapses and his question marks don't make up for the capabilities that he's got in his tackles. And if it wasn't for those sort of desperate tackles, his position play hasn't been there. I don't see many people in the middle of it. I see it's either he's on or he's off. And I almost want to put a poll up that says,
well, where are you?
See, I'm actually in the middle.
So am I.
I feel like I'm one of the only people. Like, I think he has done everything that has been asked of him. And I think, to be fair, he surprised me. I thought that he was not like he was good in great in League One. Was he exceptional? I didn't put him in that camp. But he was great. And when he was on, he was on. But he also had those moments where you're like,
stupid fouls late. His stupid fouls late is what.
Stupid fouls late. And really, other than a couple fleeting moments, not a lot of offensive pop. But that's not what you have.
Would you rather Windass in Broadhead in just be Sheaf in O'Brien?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And that's not.
But we don't need more offense. But that's what I want too. So.
But you don't. Okay, so when I look at Broadhead, he can be a little bit lackadaisical, right? He's got that special talent, and he can turn a game in a second. But he's a little bit lackadaisical. To me, the optimal is Rathbone coming back. But let's start with that. Des says he wouldn't be playing if Parkey wasn't happy with him, but there's consideration there from Des, and I don't deny that to be the truth. And that goes for all of them in the starting 11, to be frank. But I know Windass has scored some crackers, and he's got that hook shot from the left side that's been impressive, and him being up there with Moore is great. I like the idea of Broadhead moving up and Windass coming back, because I trust Windass to be more capable filling into the Dobson role. And I think that is my optimal 11. And so I'll keep an eye out on that. We obviously, Rathbone's back on the training pitch. That's great. And we'll see how all of that boils down. But if you had your druthers, recognizing that I assume you're with me, I think that if Rathbone comes back, he's the slide in, obviously, for Dobson is the easy solution to what we've got. But where would you sit with Broadhead coming in and finding a role, either midfield or up in the top two, with Windass and him interchanging? And what happens then with Dobson? Are you in that camp?
So I think that right now I am. I think Broadhead and Windass in at the same time. It's very much like you said at the beginning, I think is the way to go, because I'm already seeing, even when it's just Windass more, I'm seeing Windass come all the way back and get the ball from Heim or whoever on the back line, Max. Like he's only a couple of meters away from them, and he's getting the ball. He's all the way back, closer to them than any of the other midfielders. And I'm cool with that, because it throws off the balance that the defense has, and then he's capable of carrying it all the way forward and running with it. So they have to adjust to him. I don't know how purposeful like that move is, but I love that he's doing that. And I just think if you also had Broadhead in, now when Windass is doing that, he's spending more time back there. We're even considerably more dangerous, but because you'd have two guys to give the ball to. My problem is that when Windass goes up and goes and gets the ball, all you have is Moore. So any long passes to Moore, he can't outrun the defense. It's almost worthless. But if you also had Broadhead in, now Windass goes back, gets the ball, presses forward, makes a great pass. Broadhead can do something with it, whereas, Moore by himself is stuck. So, I mean, I think our offense would really, really open up. Love to see that. But
we're talking 23-mile-an-hour winds. If you haven't been following in the chat, Ruth just says, if you have a chance, look at the Wrexham match day live. The wind, it'll play a factor tonight. Let's go through their lineup and where things are at, because it's interesting. They've made 4 changes from their Tuesday, and so if you have their starting 11, just to kind of go through things, kind of respect it, I think. But the big news for them is Allsop's on the bench. I can understand why. You look at his stats: 52.6% save percentage in 8 starts. Like I obviously haven't watched many of the highlights or the goals to find out, is that where you can put the blame squarely on him? Is that the back line not doing the job? I mean, you've got Clara back there, and they seem to be capable at the League One level. So I don't know what the story is there, but it'll be interesting to see how that fits into our narrative. So Beetle draws in, but Tomoki and Peck, the Korean, last year blitzed us, and they dominated the midfield. and it'll be interesting to see how our improvements in that midfield now match up against them. But they've made 4 changes, and they've got a number of people like Tamaki, Klar, Peck, Stansfield, Gray. Those 5, those are regulars. They're in there all the time. They've come in with a lot of newer bodies that haven't had a lot of starts. Robinson's only had 2. Leonard's had 1 start before this one. Roberts has had 2 starts before this one, and Dykes has barely played any minutes. He did come in one, or he did have 1 start, but he hasn't played many minutes. Is this panic button stuff from Brum, do you think, given that, they're sitting in the table in 11th, and I think that they had expectations to be up there far better than where they're at.
Their last 5 starts, they've only been going down the table.
Yeah.
I think I don't think he had any choice. I think he has to shake it up. I think he has to. The guys that aren't getting it done, that aren't being progressive with the ball, he's sat on the bench and he said, no, that's it. Like, I got to make something happen. So
yeah. I don't recall in a league match, a 4-player complete turnover and going with 5 people essentially with very little minutes. Like, this isn't let's, tinkle here and there. This is half the squad. We're going to blow it up. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how the dynamic works, because to me, you can change it too much, and hopefully that's the case. The Daves are arriving. We're still piling in with everybody. I feel like this is becoming part of the marketing strategy. All Daves come here, watch game. Going through their signings that they had over the year. So Gray came from Saudi Arabia, so we haven't seen him. But the other ones, they're not on the bench, or they're not involved in this match. They brought in Osai Samuel on a free. He's not here. Furuhashi, he's not in. Fujimoto, he's not in. Dux from Werder Bremen, he's not in. Jack Robinson, he's had 2 starts. He came from Sheffield United. So really, what we're seeing is what we've seen minus 2 changes last year. Is that scary? I don't know what your thoughts are on the game, weather aside and all the chaos.
I mean, I don't know that it helps us. I mean, the other guys were playing bad and they weren't doing well, and you had film to watch them and plan for them. Now you're getting a bunch of guys that you don't have film on, makes it harder. And it wasn't like they had an extremely weak bench and only a good starting 11. They're deep like us, maybe deeper. So, it's probably not great. I think we would have been better if they didn't make changes, but I don't care about them. I'm focused on us and what we can do. We got to go out, get our at least 2 goals, and hopefully the wind doesn't impact it too much with the long ball. And yeah.
Well, that's just it. So if it is 23 miles an hour, do you take the counter-attacking team with the opportunity to poach and go the other way, or do you take the team that builds up through the back and takes its time and is patient and searches for the opportunity to have the advantage in the wind?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Kabore again doesn't float those balls in when he crosses. They're low, and Windus likes to carry the ball up. So if he comes back and gets it and Kabore's crosses are low, then, again, we're not really making use of Moore for his talent at being able to get on the high ball cross. But, as long as we're effective, I don't care who's scoring goals.
Yeah. So the game's sitting here streaming. Don't know the official. Just wanted to talk about, I don't know if you have it up or can bring it up, but because I'm going to foist this one on you. But where I find things fascinating is where we're going here in the next 5 days. This is a big match. Middle of the table, want to try and assert ourselves towards the top end of the championship rather than the bottom end of the championship. And we're right on that cusp. I mean, you take a look at the standings, and we're not that far from the bottom, but we're not that far from the playoffs either. And so half full, glass half empty, you can make your decision. But for me, where we're potentially going here is, well, not potentially, this is where we're going down in the not so distant future. We wrap this game up today. On the 18th, next week, we're in Stoke City. So that's third as it sits right now on the table on an away day. The following Tuesday, we've got maybe a lighter day, a banana skin day. We'll see Oxford United at home on the Tuesday. And then we're off to Middlesbrough, top team. They've been crushing everybody, doing their thing on the 25th. Then we've got the cup match, which full expectation is that we're going to be putting in a solid lineup, like close to our top 11. And it was nice to see Cardiff City crap the bet against Burton Albion. Yesterday, was it 2 days ago now? 3 days ago now? Whatever it was, Tuesday. So, and then following that, you've got Coventry at home on Halloween.
Yep.
That's 1, 2, and 3 in the next 5 matches, plus throw in a big cup match and the banana skin. Is this the month that determines whether we're in it or out of it, or is it just
definitely? That's why we need to win this. We need momentum to go into those games. We need to be confident. Yeah. So,
I mean, I think with the championship, and unlike League One, League Two, we have to adjust our expectations. I think maybe a little bit in that it's not like you have to win every game to get yourself into the playoffs, right? You look at the standings as to where they sit right now, where everybody sits right now, and it's not like it was before where everybody was thumping away. I mean, Bristol City, Leicester City are in the playoff spots as it sits right now with 3 wins, 4 draws, and a loss. That's impressive, but it's not godly. It's not like you have to win almost every single game to get there, and you're only allowed to lose 2, 3, 4 over the course of the year. But for me, these next 5 days, if I fully expect we're probably going to come out of it close to 500, and to me that's a success. If we're able to do that, it cements things in the middle of the table, and we can chase after that. My concern is if we go out of there and we drop points, and not drop points, but we lose in 3 of those 5, we're now into November, 14, 15 games into this, and we're solidly staring up at the rest of the table from 17th, 18th, 19th.
Yeah.
Scares the absolute bejesus out of me.
Yeah, you can't keep getting the 1-point draws. I mean, it's nice not to get the loss, but you need to sprinkle in some wins, and we got to get that monkey off our back with the haven't won at home.
Yeah.
And I think ideally you really want to win going into those international breaks, right? We don't have anything for 2 weeks, and you just want that positive mindset, right? You don't want to bet that you blew your last game, prior to the break and have to sit on that for 2 weeks, right?
Cool.
So for those reasons, like, I think this is a big game. It's Birmingham. It's a team that hasn't found its legs. We have them at home. We got to take advantage of that, and we got to get off the schneid with our wins at home. So
yeah, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. This one's gonna be fun. The players are all lined up. Windows, the armband Clara for Birmingham City standing up at the front. Ogonko in goal, hoping he can assert himself. The 23-mile-an-hour wind, if I don't want to say it, he's got to be right with his decisions. And it'll be interesting to see. He's now the most experienced of the 2 keepers as far as play games so far this year. Beadle coming in for his first start of the year in league play, and he's walking into a maelstrom with 23-mile-an-hour winds. The keepers might be the story here, just because I think mistakes one way or the other could lead to a determination of the outcome. God, the heart's beating already. My heart's beating, and as a consequence, my headache's getting worse. We're into it. Did we do a score prediction, Brendan?
I said 2-1 quite early, and a lot of other people are saying 2-1, 3-1, 2-1. So
I'm going to go 1-0 us. I think this is going to be a sleeper game where the wind and their history of passing back and around is going to hurt them. And I think we're going to score an ugly one and just eke out the 3 points. And Parky's hair is all over the place. Things are blowing past the screen. So I'll say 1-0. But I do think we got 3 points in us. Get us off the schneid. And we'll see how it goes. God, I'm into it. Hey, like down below, subscribe button if you haven't bumped it so that you can join in on the chat and just to get updated. We're here for all the watch-alongs all season long. And looking forward to it. I've got to bring up my stuff here, my cheat sheets and all that sort of stuff.
Come join us on the Discord. And by the way, I had Andy's graphic up. Andy does those great graphics.
And I can't provide the link there. I don't know if you can put it into the chat and I can pin it when you do, because I'm on a different computer here for the day.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks, Andy, for those. That gave you, Andy does a great job with that. It gives you a perspective of which teams are where in the table and who's playing who and stuff like that. And he does information about the streaks and all sorts of stuff. So great graphic that I had up on the screen for a little bit while you were talking.
Dave number 7 says, I need more coffee or stronger stuff in my coffee. Interesting.
The clean sheet would be nice, Dave. I agree. That's a good call. Let's get one of those.
There's a swagger. I don't know. I feel like the idea that we're chasing Birmingham City has sort of dissipated because of the moves that have been made. It's not, hey, we're in awe of them spending big. We've done that too. This is I don't know if you can call them heavyweights, cruiserweights at least.
W&G's at the game, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the scores then. We'll take care of, well, this Friday. There won't be any scores. Just enjoy the damn thing, W&G. Yeah. I'm glad that you're there, my friend.
Did you notice in the table, Birmingham, Millwall, Ipswich, Southampton, Wrexham? If you said we were around those teams,
I would have thought we were
this many games in, we'd be like, awesome, we're at the top of the table.
Yeah. It's the championship. Never predict. If you would have told me Sheffield United would be sitting at the bottom, though, I would have been like, I would have taken a substantial bet and eaten all of that loss if somebody would have said, I'll bet you that that's what it's going to be at 9-10 games in.
Wow, close to 60 people in here on a Friday when they're supposed to be working.
I love it. I'm all for it. Bump that like button while you're at it. Probably lots of. We've already had at least one Brum fan come in, so you guys are welcome to come and join. Just be civil, and if you're, I don't want to have to go through the whole process of clicking around and booting people. Lots of smiles on both sides. So we're going to go towards the tech end. We're going towards the future cop. Let's get into it. Man, FOTMob doesn't know what they're doing. They got Awada playing. If he's playing as a right back, I would be shocked. Anyway, it's back to beat a long kick, all the distance of the entire pitch. They must have the wind at their back. I don't know which way. I thought it looked like it was blowing across the pitch. But with that kick, he thumped the absolute tar out of that thing. Carried the whole length of the field. So I'm assuming there's some lift from the cop to the tech end. If somebody's there, has the idea, let me know what's going on. Plenty of time for Wrexham. Envious George. Thrown in by Clueworth, looped over top, headed back the other way. Stansfield trying to get it from Clueworth. It's just nodged on, and we got 3 backs all sitting on the right third of the pitch, which always makes me a little nervous, but they're able to scatter that ball forward and get her down. Let's roll. Kiefer Moore, header. It's there to get picked up. Bounces around off of a bunch of heads, and it ends up getting collected by Gray, who lifts it up over top. Wrexham, nice little touch there, and Dobson can't keep it. Yeah. He got a nice pass from Sheaf. Just his first touch sort of let him down, pushed it too far away. And when he went to go and scramble it, it got knocked away and he wasn't able to recollect. Trying to find out how they've got their back line set up here. So Robinson to the left. That's going to be Cochran. That's going to be Clar. And the question I have is, who's that? Is that Iwata? Because I don't recall him ever playing
on the bench.
Tomoki. Tomoki Iwata. No, I remember him being in the midfield last season and eating us up. And right now they've got Peck in there with Leonard, and sort of a 4-2-3-1 is what they have listed at FODMOB. And there's Peck, as I just say his words, with a bad, well, to be fair, I think Kabore knocked that one down and interfered with it. Loose ball, Peck picks it up. Great opportunity. 9 yards out looking for the cross. Kluworth blocks the first
ball.
one.
You really like Matt's. That wasn't a loose ball. It was a crap pass.
Windass grabs it more. Lazy flick back pass gives an opportunity coming the other way. Downhill, they're running at us into the box, and bad pass the other way to Stansfield. Roberts flicked that one out and missed it, and they're still searching. Moore, you give a pass away, you got to come back and bust your ass defensively. Kabore defensively, nice little clearing header, and he's down on the ground here looking for a whistle, and it's not granted. Windass comes and collects it, and finally the ref, I don't know, he headed that ball away, and was it just, is the ball frozen? Does he got need an HIT assessment here? Not sure what happened with that one, but we're off and running. Got to control the ball, and especially I think the challenge is, let's be patient. 2-1. I'm all for that as a conclusion, Daniel. But it's those first touches that we end up having. Oh, he got a punch in the back of the head. Is that? No. Can we show the replay from the other side?
It's just a header. He just took the ball right on the crown.
Just the hand looked like it came forward and clocked him in the back. Not a bad thing, right, George? KG veteran. Daniel Zhang from California. Appreciate it. Let's go, lads. Just an eye-opening. So I was saying the first touch has got to be on today, because the swirling wind, it looks like, blowing all over the place. Those balls in the air, you got to be able to get it down and in control, because there's lots of scrappy. There's going to be lots of tough tackles and pressure challenges that are going to be all over. Stansfield talking to the ref. He says it should be a throw into us. They kicked it out. The ref's going, piss off.
Usually you don't have people from France watching.
France. You're right. We haven't had a lot of French here. Long ball the other. We've seen the wind. Either that or Ogonkwo and Beatles were on the juice before the game, because Ogonkwo just thumped it down to 22 yards away from the goal line. Anyway, we're back. We're on it. Cochran collects it on their own side of the half. He's got it over to Robinson, all the way over to Clark. Doesn't make it all the way, so Beetle comes up, and there's the thump. I don't know if that was the right decision to head that into the middle of the collection there by... Who was that? That was Doyle, who ended up pushing that ball forward. I would have looked to one of the options that was immediately available to the left and right, but instead he kind of threw it into the mix, and Birmingham City walks away with it. 5 minutes, I'm at, by the way, just if you're tracking, 5:05 now. And Brum with control, and the center back kickabout begins. Leonard draws it back, and it's going to be Clark, Robinson, and Cochran looking for something. Bad pass from Robinson, but not enough. It just stops the push forward, and Cochran thumps it down the pitch and gives us the ball. Neither team really rolling in it right now, are they?
Mm-mm.
Like that pass from Cochran, I get it. The pass was behind you. You got to go back. You got to collect it. It throws down the momentum, but the press wasn't necessarily on. So I don't know why he just ends up pushing it on the length of the field and giving it away. Hyam, Dobson, Windass comes back, Kluworth. Stansfield on a one-man press, and everybody else sitting back. Searching. Onside. Is it going to hold up? It is too. Oh, no way. I want that from the point of contact, please. I think that was on. Have a look again. Time it. No, it wasn't. He was offside. Offside. I thought he had that, but I think it was that little added delay. Windass started just a little bit too soon. Offside. It was offside. Bryn with the bilingualism, at least enough to be able to say bonjour et bienvenue. Oh, Kabori missed on that one. I think he was trying to keep it towards the middle of the pitch, but instead kicks it out. It'll be a throw in. They're going to try and take it from 20 yards. Robinson's going to come up and collect. I was looking at that too, George. With the keeper Beetle hadn't come out, I thought that the pass was the best option. I didn't realize that Birmingham, Alabama was a sponsor of Birmingham City. Do you see that on the back of their kit?
No, I didn't know that.
Visit Birmingham, Alabama. Look at the bottom below the numbers. KG move.
We have a person in the chat that went to the racecourse 62 years ago to watch a game.
Wow. Trevor Owen, welcome from the bad guys, but still welcome here. 62 years ago. My knowledge, that's a compliment. For somebody who's been watching football and going to games from 62 years ago to say that I've got knowledge, I will definitely take that as a massive compliment, and I appreciate it, because this is all newly developed stuff slowly over the course of, what's it been, 9 years since I met my wife?
Trevor is asking if this is a Canada Wrexham channel.
Well, I'd like to think it's global, and Brendan, I'd say it's Deandre's Aruba, right?
Yes, Deandre's Aruba, and I'm
and we got
East
Aruba,
Coast of
American,
US.
and yeah, we got it all covered. Call it North American and Caribbean, unless you consider the Caribbean islands part of North America and you want to get into the geography debate. But yeah, but we're global. I think we're probably like a third Wrexhamites, a third North America, and a third rest of the globe. Maybe it's 40-40-20. But everybody's welcome. Beetle with it, knocks it back over to Robinson, and here comes the build-up as we had 4 up in the press, and we even now have Sheaf runs all the way forward.
He is a Canuck. Yeah, he sounds like a Canuck.
I'm definitely a Canuck.
Yeah, we're 80% Daves.
That's what we really are. This is a Dave channel. Roberts pulls it in. He had himself a bad pass, takes a shot there, blocked down. Well, ball's still loose.
I think that was Sheaf, right? That was great.
That was Sheaf. Stole it, blocked it, picked pocket again, got the ball over. I was in straight, just kick the ball down the pitch immediately thing, but I give him credit for trying to build and being able to at least have a look before he ends up getting out there. Oh, you know what I saw? I'll talk to you about poutine that I need to try. I saw somebody who made a poutine into one of those wood fire bowls that you can put into the oven or whatever, one of the ceramic bowls. And they topped it with French onion. They topped it with gravy, curds, and fries. Then they put French onion on top of it and then cheese and made it like a French onion poutine. And now that's high on my list. It's got to get done. Bad pass there, and it has to be moved forward. And somebody from Brum that's here, you can tell me, why is Tomoki Iwata playing on your right side in the backs instead of living in your midfield? Because I just think that his skill set is stripped from him. At least that's where am I wrong? Because that's where I remember him being last year. He opened us like a can opener on multiple occasions as Moore flicked that one on, tried to get a fall down header over to O'Brien, who was on the run but couldn't get it there. Windass with the press. We're definitely stepped up now, and Windass nicks the ball 20 yards out. Nice little dance there and cleared by Peck. I hate that they have good midfielders. I hate it because it's those little plays coming back that strip opportunities, but we're into it too. Peck again, control, gets it back. I hate him.
That was their forward that came all the way back to get it from Windass. I mean...
And then Peck just controls it, gets it out, and they're on the counter, eh?
Yeah, you're not expecting Clark to come all the way back to get it.
아이고, Peck, 그냥 가. 너 필요 없어. We don't need you. Just go. Longman cuts back in, has an opportunity, headed, it's over, and it's going to go for a corner. He was taking that shot, but just bounces off the head of a Leonard, I believe that was.
Nice pass by O'Brien.
Yeah, Moore knocks it down and just a little chip over to the left-hand side. His right, because he was facing the goal, or back to the goal. And just from the 18-yard mark, just over in the corner, we've seen those come in, but here we go. Right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side. Look at the poles dancing in the background. And it's brought back instead. It's going to be O'Brien, left foot. No, draws it over. Sheaf. Oh, that was looking gorgeous, and it just stopped by the keeper, Beadle, diving to his right. Right footer blocked. Will keep that pressure on, lads. I'm feeling more healthy. My mind, my emotions and my throat are picking me up, and my body's sitting there going like, don't get so excited. And my head hurts now. Did he lay up on that one, do you think? That left footer by Sheaf that he pushed through there, did he lay up on that to make sure it got in there? Anyway, there's the delivery. Kluwer, it's in! Scores! And I don't think it's Kluwer's goal. It's had an extra touch on the way through by Windass, but that was Kluwer putting it on target. Windass gives it the help. I think it was going to go in any event. But it doesn't matter. It's 1-0 on a gorgeous header, and the boys, that's the much better is the word for it, George. Just constant pressure. Constant pressure. And they break, at least for 1-0. Now that's my score line. Now we sit back and we just watch them play in the midfield for the rest of the match. Does that sound good for the next 70 minutes?
Dobson
got that. Was that going in any event? I don't think it was. No, I think Dobson needed that one to get it across. Dobson. Max with the gorgeous header. Dobson got it in. My mistake on who ended up getting that. Sorry. We need to talk potentially negatively about Dobson more often, don't we? We raise the question. Is he doing enough? His offense not there? What does he do? Giveaway, dangerous territory, chipped in, far post, and that was just a useless ball by Birmingham City. Thank you very much. Long may that continue. It was definitely Dobbo. Trevor says, I'll take a draw. The Brum supporter, yeah, no, I get that. I'm hoping the wind picks up and it turns into a maelstrom of rain, not enough to stop the game, but just enough to make it muddy. I don't know. The way that Wrexham played with a 1-0
Pat
lead.
With the jokes. Goal by Dobson, assist by Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell.
Very slick. Puts the slider on it.
Clark has it. Almost a turnover there. Knocked back, and then Clark misplays it. And the press is working. Birmingham City looking scrambled. In your head. In your head. We got this. Howdy, Solar Solon. Good time to join. Don't expect an easy win from us. No, that's what I'm saying. And knowing how we've held early in the season, maybe we should run this up to 4-0 so we all feel a little bit more comfortable here with what the potential outcome is. And plus, there's enough giveaways in this thing by both sides that I think having seen the 15 minutes, I'm going to have to readjust my score line. I think, OG, you're exactly right. That's what we got to, I guess, just put the reverse jinx on Dobson and suggest there's a threat for him being in the starting 11. Brum, long ball, looking for Gray, just held up in the wind. I thought Gray was going to get that over on the left side, but instead it landed in the middle of the pitch. And that was Peck knocked it back. And here we go with Cochran halfway line, looking to build it up for Birmingham City. And if the threat and the discussions, and I don't want to put this into the universe and reverse jinx it, but if the threat was that where Birmingham City's been struggling is not being able to do anything other than get it up to the outside area around the box, then I will take that. Leonard. No, sorry, not Leonard. Roberts. They got the same hairstyle.
When
Walker.
when
Go ahead.
Birmingham has the ball on their half, not ours, there seems to we're up quite a bit. There seems to be a gap between our midfield and our defensive back line. I hope that does not get exposed.
George says, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that's like a blitz in football, right? And when I say football, I mean gridiron. You always run that risk of getting exposed with less coverage back. I'll be curious to see if we continue to press as hard as we were for that, whatever it was, 8-minute stint there, because we didn't press to come out. We picked up the press literally when the clock struck 10. All of a sudden, the press was on. So it'll be interesting to see now if Parkey pulls it back at least a little bit to fill that gap a little that you were just talking about. George saying Brum's going to make a mistake going backwards all the time like they are.
Well, I'd rather our back line not be playing such a high line that they get beat on a really bad long ball because Arthur doesn't come out. So I would rather there be a gap between our midfield and our back line than our back line and Arthur.
Well, we've had problems with the back line too high. And getting excited in home matches. This lines us up perfectly. Did that go? That went off of his like ankle on the right side of Ogonkwo, and so it just ends up being lost sort of to the sky and is collected there by Peck. Peck is everywhere.
Gray is having to come all the way back. I called him Clark earlier, but he's really coming back to try to get in the play.
Oh, turnover right there. Opportunity. Giveaway. Oh, massive stop. Holy. That was on O'Brien, right? Still in the box, still in the area. White jerseys come back to save it, and that was a giveaway. That was exactly what George had called earlier, saying they're going to make a mistake and we're going to be able to get one. Is that went back to Beadle on a bad pass, and it didn't make it, and it just ran up and got collected by O'Brien. Who gave that horrible back pass? Stab, blind pass, saved. Who was that gave that to us? 12? Leonard trying to swing it over to Clara and didn't put enough mustard on it. Died on the turf, and O'Brien came. George, you need to call that another one. Andrew says, I understand why they switched goalies. He's already got a much better save percentage than Alsop, unfortunately.
That would have blown the roof off the place.
Oh. Gray with it. It's the center back kick about one more time. Robson, Clar. Iwata, although he's coming back here now, but it's almost like they're playing three in the back now, and Iwata's moved towards the center of the pitch, which is where I normally see him. So maybe a slight adjustment here by them to try and push things further forward. As that's Clara now, right-hand side. Roberts. God, I hate the Roberts and Leonard. Both have 16 and 12, and they look familiar. I'm going to confuse them all day long. Robinson, Cochran, 40 yards out, kicking it about. Backwards they go. And there's the push. Longman in the battle. Thank you, sir. Picks it from Iwata. I love that. Switch is on. Kabore, right-hand side. Cochran coming out to meet him. Nice little collect there, and he's looking for options. Takes his man on towards the goal line, trying to beat him with pace. Cochran grabs it, and they're calling a foul on Kabore on that. That is weak.
He dove well before him.
Weak as he was flopping before the contact. Yeah, he was going down before Kabore even touched him. Well, kudos to you, Cochran. At what stage?
What, for really bad acting?
It depends on if we're losing, David.
That guy has the Okonkwo's.
He's got the Okonkwo's. That's the football gods saying that foul wasn't deserved.
Yeah, ball don't lie.
Returns it. Yeah, ball don't lie. That was an Academy Award-winning flop. That, as far as Even the Russian judge gave that one a 10.
That's a good pull. Only people that are old enough to have watched the Olympics,
Back in the olden days, yeah. And what's funny is both Canada and the U.S. had to deal with that nonsense.
Yeah, it was specifically when people paid a lot of attention to the gymnastics stuff.
Yeah, figure skating as well.
Wow, nothing for Kabore, but
not a foul. Oh my God. So Kabore punts the ball through with pace, to be fair, goes through and gets clattered into by two people, and that one was a foul, was not a foul. The other one,
right.
non-touch. Kabore's got the Wrexham School of the Arts and Theater needs to bring Kabore in and give him some lessons there on the art of the flop. Thrown in. I will say this, if there is one player on the pitch who I feel like doesn't belong, it's this Roberts kid, the one that they brought in as one of their changes. His touches, his passing, I probably jinxed it. He's muffed it on multiple occasions. And was it him or was it Leonard? I'm going to get the confused that had the bad back pass. I think it was Leonard, but Roberts just looks out of his depths over on the right-hand side. So I'm hoping that continues. Gray on the left-hand side has been
my. Come on.
Oh, he caught him with his arms.
Yeah, it's called defense.
He caught him with the swing of the arm in the face, though. You have to give a foul on that one. He swings the arm right there. And oh, did he hit him in the face?
What, do you hate Kabore or something?
I thought for sure, just on the first angle live, I thought he hit him in the face. But then I saw that replay from behind, and I don't see that it hit him at all.
All right. I'll be the only homer then.
21% crushing it. We're set up for the win. Yeah, for sure. So this one, dangerous territory, 10 yards away from the box, about 3 yards away from the edge of the 18-yard area. So 10 yards, away from the goal line. 3 yards in. This is one that he could just drive it straight towards goal if he wanted to. He could look for a deflection. He drives it. It's touched. Whoa, Ogonkwo, well done and well read to come across and be able to get to that one. As it caught a deflection, was going towards the near side post. And Ogonkwo goes over and stays with it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stop.
Not sure that was going in, but good save.
It's one of those ones where you're thankful that it slowed it down by hitting Kabore on the deflection, and you're also nervous because it did get past Kabore, so is it going to find the corner? It's got to be something. Six shots, 22% possession. That's the perfect game so far. Got him right where we want him. So right-footed in-swinger from in front of the tech end. Everybody collected at about 10 yards away from goal, really. There's a delivery, far post, looking for it, knocked down, flop in the middle of the box, nothing given. And Longman just thumps it out and clears it, and the chase is on, demanding Beetle to come out and get this. Here's a question for the Wrexhamites. Do you take, is it a consideration or a discussion that English refereeing, because it's largely English referees, will never let Welsh teams win anything big? Do you get these homer calls where you're like, it is a Wales-England thing? Because we deal with that in Major League Baseball with the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm of the opinion that the Blue Jays have to be 50 times better than any other team, or 150% better, to end up winning things, because they never get the calls. So I'm wondering if that sentiment, at least, whether factually accurate or not, is one that Wrexhamites talk about amongst yourselves. Not saying that's the excuse and reason for this referee having a problem with Kabore. Don't know what that's all about. Is Kabore chasing that on? Is that going to stay in? Gray's on him.
Good. That's Gray again.
All the way back.
Forward. All the way back. They're not going to get any offense if their goal scorer is there.
Well, they still have Stansfield in the middle, but Roberts is useless on the right, and that's I'm going to regret saying it and being this hard on the guy. I'm sure, but Roberts has been atrocious on the right. Gray's now coming all the way back defensively, but he's good. Gray's proven his worth, and you've got Stansfield in the middle, so I'll take it. Deandra says she hasn't seen it so far. To my question, she's just the referees are just bad. I've been saying the last 3 games we need to work on an early goal, and we would beat Brom. Well, we get to follow the theory and see how that goes. The call. More is due on Gray, Kabore. They're definitely having themselves quite the battle, eh? That's the surprise for me is Windass, when he came, I didn't expect him to have any pace, even if it's in short bursts or otherwise. That was a flop, not called. Leonard, I think he drove his studs into the ground and twisted himself up. Roberts draws it back. Peck gets it to Cochran. Gray now 20 yards out. Kabore on him. Drawn over to Peck. Back to Cochran. Moore not able to get that one, so the switch is going to be on. Robinson over to Clark. O'Brien comes out. Longman moves out on Roberts. It's all the way back, and this is what I expect to see. If this is what's happening, we're doing well. They make their foray in, they draw it around, we close it off, and they have to go back, and then you end up seeing Peck make, he did serve that up to Gray. I thought that was going towards Ogonkwo, but offside in any event.
By a lot.
Kim, they just made one. It was just an offside and an obvious one. I was surprised he held that up in the wind. When that came off of his boot, I thought that was going straight up towards Ogonkwo, but no. Ogonkwo, low and hard all the way down. Moore there, flicks it forward. Kabore tries to collect it. Wow, nice little touch. To keep that in. Gray punches it out. How sexy was that touch? Just right off the toe.
And it wasn't a touch in the box. It's usually what gets you going.
Yeah, I do like my touches in the box. Travis, I admit, I don't know. I don't know if I've told the crew. So my eldest finished his filming on the movie. I'll give you guys updates when that one comes out. But he also landed a commercial. So he starts that, and we've been running around wardrobe and setting things up and trying to make sure the kids does a goalie eyes offside. Pass forward by Cleworth, but had O'Brien on a wraparound just on the other side. So I've been all over the work thing on 2 fronts as the little munchkin doing his thing. I don't know what I expected for rough play. I thought both teams were going to come out and try to play a proper game of football and get it pretty. But I could see this being the type of game, especially if it got to 2-0, where it starts to get chippy. Is it getting worse, though, Amos? Because I think this is just Parky's style. Oh, Gray with it in open area. Dances around 2 people. God, this kid is smooth. I hate him. Dog. Ogonkwo with the save. That was Gray strapping the team on his back. He went through 2 people, cut through 2 people. Whoop. Blew them around. Dobson couldn't get the tackle. Sneaks and crosses over.
Yeah, he's being stiff-armed.
Tie him.
Yeah, Gray held him off.
Wow. Like if Birmingham's going to get into this, it's because Gray's going to strap him on the back, because that's just watching this where that's at. Or it's Ogonkwo difficult. Now here's the question for you: did he get off the line late, which is why he had to make that acrobatic left punch?
I don't know. I'm just happy he punched at it. He usually doesn't even get to those.
Get to it. Am I being too picky, even because he did get to it?
That's just a huge improvement for him. So I'm not saying anything. I'll just take it.
Like, why couldn't you get out and just grab that?
Yeah,
But
I'd
anyway,
like him to catch it. I'd like it to be knocked in bounds, not for another corner, all sorts of things. But the fact that he never comes out, so
oh, that came off a Wrexham head. Interesting. I mean, I've got a back angle. I don't see that, but just with the lay of how the players were set up, that defensively, it looked like that was a Birmingham player who had the inside on the ball and headed it straight out. But third corner in a row, pressure the other way. Hold. Left-footed in swinger, difficult. Moore gets up, collects it. Windass thumps it down the pitch towards the corner, and it's going to go out for a throw. It is, and we readjust. Whew. Arthur doing familiar Arthur things so far. What is that? 3 good stops or 2 good stops and a decent play? I guess we call that because it's an improvement for him. We've seen him on the back line so many times on those balls just within the 6-yard box that he doesn't get out to, that end up landing on somebody or bouncing off somebody into the back of the net. And so you take the punch and the improvement, as Brendan says, and I don't disagree. Although I'm hungry for just a 1 second earlier read that I can go and collect. Well collected. Doyle dancing around 3 people up to Moore. Windass now, right-hand side, slowing it down. We got bodies everywhere for White. Can we get a flick over top? Nope, we're going to go back and set it up. And Cleworth, he's going to deliver it, chip it up. A little bit too heavy for Moore, and it's lost midfield. And here comes Brum. Peck. Pushing it forward for Gray to chase it, but Kabore goes and collects, gets it back to Ogonko, and he's going to just thump it out for another throw. Does Windass save it? Oh, it's headed out by Peck. That's a throw in for us as he went up just on the edge of the sideline. Peck touched it on the way out. The fans are doing Bronx cheers, and I'm sitting there staring at Stansfield's ugly mug on the screen. Show me what's going on here. So it looks like Peck got a foul on Windass. Oh, the referee blew the whistle. Windass thought we could get it restarted, but the ref wants to have a conversation with Windass and Peck and say, can you boys settle down? Schoolboy chatter. Deandra's still feeling all the emotions. And I love you for it. Deandra's mad at you, Brendan. Maybe I'm by myself. I'll have to highlight that one later, Deandra. Or I've lost sound and I don't have them. Dobson searching for that assist to go with his goal, trying to loop it over top for Windass to collect, doesn't get there, and Cochran's going to clear it down the pitch. Dobson with it again, dancing. He's got Kabore streaking with him. Windass on the other side. Flicks it forward for Kabore. Cochran cuts him off. That's got to be a foul on Cochran, who dove into, but Kabore doesn't matter. Play the advantage. Drawn out. Windass. Dancing. Blocked. Oh, that was gorgeous. Kabore. Everywhere. Everywhere. That was, did Cochran realize the speed was coming, tried to step in front of Kabore and then flops. Breakthrough, got around, and Dobson comes back and well done. The heavy touch on the pass. Roberts is shite. I hope he plays the full 90. Horrible pass to Stansfield, and Dobson says, thank you very much, takes the opportunity and clears the way. Iwata with the giveaway. What's going on? Is it the wind? I mean, you're passing it on the deck. Longman taking on Tomoki. That's a brave move. But I'm here for it. We should end the poll so we get a reasonable representation of the poll after the Dobson goal. So we'll do that. Left back Dobson. Oh, smashed it off of Clark's face. Cleworth. Kabore. Dobson. Ooh, nice little pass. I'll take that. I was unsure whether it was going to be a nice little pass, but Kluwerth gets it. Kabore now 10 yards out. He's got Kluwerth going towards the goal line, decides to draw it back, and it's Dobson filling in Kluwerth's position, who's just going to resettle things back, and we're going to bump the possession numbers up for a little bit.
See, I don't see the purpose of having Arthur just blast it to no one. Like, we had possession, we had the ball. Like,
especially because somebody made the election like Kabore does to go back to set things up, and then you give away the possession anyway. Then I'd rather just keep going forward.
Yeah, there's no need to bring it back to watch Arthur just kick it to them.
Yeah,
if he keeps it in bounds.
Is it on the deck though, Daniel? Like that pass from I know that it's difficult, but that pass from Iwata that went because I don't expect passes that bad from Tomoki Iwata. But that pass from him on the right-hand side that Longman was able to just go and collect are about as, on the deck, 10 yards it goes and it just dies in the middle of the pitch. No one was close to it. 4 new additions, really, and let's call it 5 because the other one had only had one more start in the game before. So it's effectively 5 from their regular lineup, including a new keeper who's, to be fair, Beadle's been on. Nice little takeaway there by Wrexham. Steal a possession. Hyam to Doyle. Doyle. O'Brien. We got 4 or 5 red jerseys moving forward. Opportunities. Stabbed out to Longman looking for a cross. He's got Windus right in front and Dobson in the middle. Left footer. Straight on. Moore goes in to collect it. Why wasn't you chasing down the rebound on that one?
He was being held too.
Right down the middle of the pitch. Ball comes loose. Can Windass get there? Moore with a foul? All right, flag went up there. Dobson blasted that and just shot it right straight down the middle at the keeper. You score 1, Dobson. We expect a brace at least. Come on. The expectations go way up. He needs to escalate it to to the supervisors? Are we talking this is an HR matter? Longman waiting for the throw in, searching for options. Moore comes to collect. It goes through his legs. It's knocked out. No, Longman's going to steal it. Maintains possession. Moore with it. Draws it back, and it's going to be Dobson through the midfield. Nope, it's going to be Hyam. Kluwerth. Across the midfield stripe. Windus, Kluwerth. Kluwerth. Does he go to Kabore? It does. Kabore goes backwards. Dobson. Searching. Has Kluwerth, who's moved all the way forward. He holds it down. Nice touch by Kluwerth. He's getting grabbed by Cochran into Windes. Stabs it forward. Kluwerth is there. Kabore runs by. Windes finding the cross. Can't. Kabore is going to stand up and hold. Dobson's now got the option. Pushing it in. Too heavy. To be fair, DeAndre, we know that Brandon loves him. It's just he's got one little bugaboo, and the problem is everyone knows it's Arthur's bugaboo. He has 2. Keep it between the lines and go out with some confidence and get the ball in the 6-yard box. And if he did that, he's a complete keeper. And it's been seasons now where we still see the same thing. So I want to be able to see it. Got to bounce everything off of his head. That's how where we're at with Dobson. But I'm not going to be – well, maybe I should be critical because every time I'm critical, he does something. So I guess the man can't pass. Can't shoot for crap. Was that Sheaf to O'Brien? Missed on the pass, and Peck has it on the right-hand side as Berman tries to come the other way. Marcus is here. How's Mansfield doing this year? Are you happy? Unhappy? Friend's friend is on the bench for Brum today. Girly Jump Taker, how are you? I'm trying to see what that kit is that's being worn in the logo there. Can't see it. Beetle.
Yeah, not to rub it in, Marcus, but we're happy that Brunt is really becoming the player we thought he was going to be, and I think you guys thought he was going to be too. But I know a lot of players, Mansfield people, thought that we stole him. And yeah, he's been working out. He's on the bench though today, surprisingly.
Gray versus Kabore. He draws it back. It's going to come back to Cochran. Move forward. Leonard over to the left-hand side. Here's Peck looking for the cross. I don't like him with the ball, but it goes through everybody. It's missed, and it's thumped down the middle of the pitch, and Moore is on a race trying to get to Robinson. Or no, sorry, Clar. And it's back to Beetle. Do you think that was going in, OG? Sorry, spitting my mint everywhere. OG saying Dobson can stand in the way of a Cleworth goal, but I don't know if I think he needed that touch. I think Beetle was in front of the shot of Cleworth and would have had that if not for the header. Peck with it over to Robertson. Pike. God, get the name right. Peck. Oh, far post Gray's right there, wide open. Kabore slipped. Oh, up over top of the net, missed just barely as that long ball went over to Gray, and Kabore went to reach it and lost his footing, hits the ground, and Gray with space and lots of time takes his right footer and lifts it over the net. Whoop.
That was as bad as O'Brien blowing his.
Kabore's like, let's check if everyone's hearts are working properly. Deandre's still typing, so we don't have to send a defibrillator out. Defibrillator? Defibrillator. Defibrillator. It's been an improvement, still, interestingly enough, struggling at home, right, Marcus? Haven't got a win at home in the Racecourse yet this year. In league matches, anyway. Oh, nice pass. Nutmegged Doyle. Now he's got to come hustling back as couldn't be saved there by O'Brien. We got lots of red jerseys back in defense, and there's Gray. Stabbed by Kabore. Second stab by Kabore, and Gray maintains possession. The battle those two are having is absolutely epic. Clara with it. Clarer. Peck. Every time I hear Pike, I get angry. It's Peck. Like, I'm sorry, you're a broadcaster. Like, this is.
Oh.
That's a foul.
Referee to F off. Really good. Smart play.
Yellow for that one. I'm surprised Cleworth laid up on that one and didn't fight through, because if you don't get the call there, you've left Gray with the opportunity to try and drive the goal line and cause a problem. Like, continue through, but anyway, it's sold, so it all works. But I don't get it. I mean, I'm an amateur and I try to get names right. I find it important to do it. And I don't always. But when you're a pro, I don't know, is it inexcusable not to get the guy's last name right? Pike. Brendan just had a crisis off cam. 3 minutes of out of time I got, Jed, at least on the score clock here. And so 2 minutes left now, and it's 9 yards out, and it's dropped back, and Kabore blasts the clearance off of Gray, and we'll get another throw in 4 yards from the goal line. Turkey is not.
No, Turkey isn't. But I did get to add France today.
Which is odd, eh? All this time we haven't had anybody watch from France. Even a Wrexham might have been going for the summertime, knocked out by Gray, and we'll get another throw in. A minute of not pressure, no touches in the box, but we're in and around it. Headed out. Now we'll get a throw in from 20 yards away. Wouldn't that be delicious, Daniel? Just to throw in, and the ref says no. And so Jed was right. The score clock was wrong. It was 2 minutes of added time, and it gets blown down. Dobson with the only goal. We've got a 1-0 going in. It hasn't been the prettiest game of football, probably due to the conditions, Brendan. But tell us about the first half. What's your take?
I think we've looked good. I don't have a problem with the first half. I think we were less sloppy. I mean, we had to settle in the first 5 minutes or so, but I thought we looked fine. I think we looked dangerous moving forward. Very few defensive breakdowns. I think we're looking really good. I'm feeling positive about the second half.
You jumped. You're going to go to the stats, but before you jump there, well, or go ahead and jump there. Jump to the stats, because there's two things that it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if you can see the momentum meter on the stats page if you're doing FOTMob, or if you have to go and click on lineup and you can see the where can you get the momentum meter on the stats page? Because that's what I was looking at, and I was like, that don't make no sense. Where was that momentum meter? Oh, what am I listening to?
I don't know where you're seeing the momentum meter.
It sounds like it's my youngest screaming, but my youngest is at daycare. I'm going to take a second. Brendan, can you take over for a second?
Sure, I got it. Yeah, so I'll read off the stats while we're here. Am I up on the screen? Yeah, I am. So, yeah, we're looking at 33% possession. That's our standard against teams that like to hold possession. So not worried about that. 1.61 XG. That seemed fairly high for Wrexham in the first half of a game. But I think that, that's what we saw, right? 9 total shots for us, 5 for them, 4 on target, 2 for them, 2 big chances. They had one, that Gray sitter that he hits over the net when Kabore falls. They have more than double the passes and better accuracy. They have more corners, 4-2. But we have all the shots and expected goals. So they can have all the passing and possession time that they want. Where it's important, we're dominating. And if you look
what's interesting to me, if on FOTMob you can click on facts up at the top left just to bring in that momentum bar, and it sits next to the top stats, because this is the part, when you sort of gave your summary of the half, and I agree with it, is we looked good and we looked sort of in control and there wasn't much coming forward from them. You look at the momentum meter, it's like, other than the period where we scored the goal and what is that, after like the 39th minute or so, 34th minute, they say that we had a bit of a blip there of momentum. It's all blue. And that momentum meter, you go over to the top stats and you look at it, we've got 1.61 of the XG on 9 shots and 2 big chances. It doesn't register for me.
So typically, I sometimes feel we're parking the bus and we're scrambling a little just to hold our own back there. I didn't feel that way. There should be next to no real momentum for Birmingham. They were never really a threat for most of that.
Well, and how important do I hold of all of the stats that are thrown at us, and what all matter? To me, the stat that matters always is touches in the box. And in that regard, we're at 9-5. So they have had 67% of the ball. They're passing at 286. They're going to be over 500 passes, and 90% of them accurate. But they are sitting right now at 5 touches in the opposition box. That's long may that continue, and I hope I don't jinx it, but that's the problem. If you're a Birmingham supporter, is they're just not into it. But anyway, two big chances, one big chance missed. I don't know. You've gone through the rest of it. 122 accurate passes for us. That's going to be about 40 passes below what our typical average is so far this year. We're just sort of.
We have Dobson, Clearworth, and Doyle ranked quite high. Their highest is Gray, which I think we would agree. He's been key to stopping a lot of stuff going down our right side.
I've liked Gray. I've liked Peck. I haven't. Have I said Dykes at all?
Didn't you say he's a crappy passer?
No, that's Roberts. Roberts has been absolutely like he's sitting at 6.6. He doesn't have it. His first touches are bad. His passes have been bad. He missed that one on Stansfield to open it up and had a real opportunity down that right side. Do we think that if you're the coach, I don't know how many games it's been that Birmingham's gone without. So they've got one win in their last 5. At some point, does he get desperate? Are we looking at halftime moves to save themselves a window by bringing in some players? And who's coming in for Roberts if that's the case?
I don't know who they're going to bring in. But yeah, they don't look particularly threatening. If they could get the ball to Gray a little bit more, they might be, but
yeah, I don't think. I mean, unless Kabore tires with the way that those two are battling, I'm happy to just run Kabore into the ground on this one to manage Gray. But not to say Barney's bad defensively, but it seems to be working, right? So I'm all for it. Your take on the official, because I mean he's had some interesting foul calls, predominantly on Kabore. Do you think he's influenced it? Have we missed calls the other way that should have been, that were given to us that were inappropriate, not necessary, or
they would have been really
incorrect?
soft after that. They got stuff that they shouldn't have early, and then the refs seemed to settle down.
Yeah, I think he's been all right since, but this is when Wrexham is going to win matches, this is how we go about it. This is the script that we've seen for 3 years. The question is, are we going to enter into park the bus territory against a team that can come at you, although they've been struggling to do it as of late? I don't know. We'll break it down. Let's see what's going on in the chat here to fill things. Leonard saved a goal on Windus. That was with the block, the header. Was that one? Referee didn't give Kabore a free kick. Yeah, if there were egregious calls, it's in what he's been given to Gray and not giving to Kabore. Dez doesn't like this ref, and I haven't seen enough of him to build much of a. But it's interesting.
You almost never hear me say anything positive about a ref. And the last game, the Leicester game, really good refereeing.
Yeah, and it's. I would say for the first 6 games of the season, I've thought that the officiating had been impeccable, at least different as far as the standard being set, but the standard set, it's continued. It goes 50-50. Oh, 1 second here. You're going to have to take over again.
How are you guys feeling about the second half? I saw people saying, I think Andy thinks 1 goal is not enough. Obviously, it's not enough to feel comfortable, but I wouldn't say I don't feel like a goal is inevitable for Birmingham. So if we can keep pressure on and keep them a little bit on their back foot, if Gray has to keep going back to play defense, then it's going to really hamper their chances going forward. And they're not progressing the ball up well. They're doing a lot of hoofball and they're not connecting. So yeah, I don't know. And we could potentially hold on with one goal. I'd obviously like to see two more, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Kabore likes his hats.
Did I lose you, Brendan?
No, I'm still here. I thought you were about ready to talk, so I paused.
Oh, no, I'm had to go and take a thing. So apologize if there was a big gap in the air, but it's a Friday and there's things that come in and sometimes I have to take calls. And so I will do that to make sure
Kim's trying to jinx us by saying that O'Brien goal, the lack of goal there on that chance is going to come back to haunt us. And I wanted to say the same thing when I saw it, but I think we got a gift back with Gray's miss. So I think those cancel each other out. I don't feel as bad about now mentioning it now that Kim did, but
I refuse to say anything to get labeled as being the person who contributes to the jinx, but that's not true. I just qualified afterwards to try and erase it. I'll make the statement and then I'll erase it. But for me, the officiating in the first 6 matches absolutely perfect. The Derby County game I wasn't a fan of. The Leicester game, I obviously not in a position to make a comment here. I don't think it's been egregious, but I certainly have my questions, and so I'm hoping. Look, this is what I want from the second half. Is I don't want us in the 60th, 65th minute to say, "Yep, that's enough. We're going to park the bus." Now, it's tough to tell when that happens because I expect as we get deeper into the second, Birmingham's going to continue to throw more and more bodies forward. Right, the pressure is going to increase. They're going to take chances and risk and look for opportunities just out of that desperation. So the easy answer is let's get one early, set it to 2-0, and then maybe have some freedom. But I don't want to see us laying back and just clearing. I want to see us look to at least counterpunch and continue with the same strategy that has gotten us to the 1-0 win. And largely what I feel is a measure of control. And that's the thing. It's a 1-0 game where we don't have a lot of possession, but it feels like we're in control. And I just don't want that to go the other way. Just say no to bus parking. And that's just it, George. And I think it's easy with our style of play to fall back into that, right? And you get all of a sudden the pressure comes on and it becomes let's just thump and clear and thump and clear and thump and clear. And we just give possession over possession over possession over. And that press doesn't turn on. The search for the interceptions doesn't come as we maintain possession, our position, rather than try to eke something out. But I'm hoping the weather conditions turn really sour. Des has the prediction there, says my prediction 2-0 up the front, then fresh legs are on the 70th. I can see this. Whew. Kim, different take than us, Brendan. This is a better officiated than most games she's seen, but it's still not great. Because I thought the first 6 games, largely excluding cup games, the league games, were well done. Long enough being 45 minutes plus, right, Daniel? Just let's get into it and wrap this one up.
We usually peter off towards the end, and as well as Dabo's been playing, he's still susceptible to that late, hack. So I'm looking forward to some subs about the normal time.
That's what I haven't looked at is yellow card accumulation. Oh, interesting.
Have there even been any today? One by the Birmingham?
I'd have to go back and have a look at it. To be fair, I don't think there have been any. I don't see any on the board here. And if I go over to the stats just to confirm, because sometimes I don't update the board, I don't think that there were any. No yellows.
Wow.
If there was going to be one, it would have been on Gray for the the cursing on that foul on Kluwer. But I don't think there's been anything that's deserved to really have a yellow.
Yeah, Windus has done really well considering I wasn't expecting him to be playing, and a lot of other people were saying with the ankle he won't be playing tonight. So
yeah, 9 players on Wrexham that have yellow cards. There are 3 players who have 2 or more. Dobson clearly one of them. Can you name the other 2?
that has 2 cards.
2 or more cards.
Um,
one of them leads the team with 3. I wouldn't have got either of them, to be frank.
Don't be frank. I like Sean.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I don't know. I don't know why. O'Brien.
O'Brien leads with 3. And the other one, I'll give you a hint, he's only played 3 games.
Brunt, right?
Doyle.
Oh.
3-2-2. So we'll see how Dobson does with the yellow card. But the accumulation, I'm not scared of 3-2-2-1-1. It's interesting this year with the depth. So we plug and play somebody for a day or 2. I'm not, especially with what's going to. I'm going to be fascinated to see what Parky does with the lineup when we go Stoke, Oxford United. I can anticipate there's going to be not our optimal squad going forward. Stoke, I imagine we're going to swing for it. But what do we do when you've got Middlesbrough, top team in the league? Do we soften up and just say we might not take points on this, or we'll just hope for an away draw when we've got Cardiff City in the FA or in the EFL Cup the following Tuesday? I'm fascinated to see what Parky does, because I think the pride of the Welsh derby and the desire to win that game is going to be there. Pouring rain, it's going horizontal. Good. Get ugly. Turn this into a CONCACAF battle. Into the ankles, lads. Old time hockey. I mean football. I hope they don't pause for an hour. I got stuff to do. But 14 days without men's football.
Did you not see what happened, Sean?
No, I didn't. What happened?
You're way behind, Sean. Birmingham scored.
Oh, no. Back to live. I missed a goal. 54 seconds in. Giveaway comes forward. Three people up and chipped forward. Oh, and guess who? Guess who scores? Oh, it was Roberts, not Leonard. I thought it was Leonard. Well, we're into it now. I'm back at it now. Sorry, 46 minutes and 30 seconds. I wasn't watching. When I took the phone call, I lost that minute and a half and didn't realize it, and was sitting there thinking we were still in the halftime, and it was taking a long time. So that's my fault for being way behind, but it was. Gray didn't score. I thought it was Roberts, because Roberts and Leonard look a lot alike, but it was Leonard who received the pass from Stansfield that split the line. It's one of those ones. It's those giveaways, and we've seen that now 3 times so far this season, where the giveaway occurs and the back line stays static and sort of high, and by the time they start coming at us, we're scrambling backwards, and we haven't had an answer in all of those opportunities, and we didn't have an answer this time. So 1-1, and we march forward. At least we don't have to worry about parking the bus now.
I don't think we were going to anyway, but yeah, I hear you.
Oh, it was Roberts that scored. See, fuck. It was Roberts. So I jinxed it. That's all on me, saying he's absolute shite, and then he comes out and scores one on a...
Well, if I remember properly, I think it was Ipswich against Birmingham, and that guy was cheap shotting everybody.
Roberts was.
Yeah.
Well, you can. I mean,
I thought it was him. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe I got the
what?
players wrong. But
Turn the screw, settle down, get her going the other way, and away we go. It's 1-1, and there's lots of players. He did scuff it. The challenge of that one, Kim, though, too, is his only option is to go hard right, hard left, right? And so at least he lined himself up to make sure that the angle was right, even though the force maybe not there. Dobson heads that one forward. O'Brien trying to get to it. Working against the goal scorer, Roberts maintains it. O'Brien, lots of bodies around him, and it's going to go out and go for a throw the other way. As it ran. It was Robinson cheap shotting everyone last week at Coventry, is what George says.
yeah, he's not a nice guy. How's that? He would not be getting a Christmas card from me.
That's not a stat we want, Kim. Interesting, though. Wrexham are second in points dropped from a winning position. Moore can't get that one as it scoops over top, and Clare are able to head that away. Knocked down. Good touch by Sheaf to maintain possession on a bullet. Goes over to Kabori, bounces off of him the wrong way, so it's Kluwerth to settle it down as Birmingham's got the press on.
Kim, I'm guessing no one ever called you Miss Sunshine.
Weak Arthur? I thought he's been great today. Other than his positional play. As a shot stopper, I think I still rank him one of the best in the championship. It's the other plays. The push in the back there deemed to be too much from Doyle. No, never. We need to get off the schneid, right? They need the 3 points at home. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem with that foul. Clark. Ain't no sunshine when Kim's on. Doom, doom, doom. Only horizontal rain every day. Peck with it. Moving forward. 18-yard box. Draws it back. Gray. And of all things, it's been the Peck and Gray combination on the left side that's looked dangerous. Oh, dangerous there is Dykes. Had the header. Missed it. And it went wide to the right-hand side.
So how does he kick it out and they get the ball? Is that? Well, they gave us back.
It shouldn't be a corner. It was off of his foot. Reached up and stabbed it right there. Why is that? They call that a corner? No.
Trevor, if you mean does Arthur deflects them back into forwards coming in, he definitely does that. But I wouldn't call him a joke.
No.
He's probably the best shot stopper.
He
just deflects things back to the wrong spot.
If the stuff that he can add to his repertoire that's correctable would make him an absolute force. And that's just what we're waiting on the development of, is we're still sniffing around here, 20-yard box pressure being put on, and somehow a ball got rolled through play and it gets whistled down. Don't know how that ball ended up, and foolish if it was our ball boys or girls.
No, I think it was the fans. Yeah, just the Birmingham fans.
Well, but it rolled over from the goal line, so.
Are you sure? I thought the Birmingham fans threw that in.
I'd have to watch it again. I'm pretty sure the ball that came in late was from left to right on the screen, and we had possession of the ball that came in from the throw-in. But we'll get a throw-in anyway from 4 yards away. Kabori was going to take it. He's going to defer. Doyle's going to come and grab it on the opposite side. Tozer bomb.
I find that interesting when they have Doyle throw it in. He must be known to be able to throw it deep, because you'd think he's the type of player you'd want to get the ball on his head.
Too, yeah. Anyway, it wasn't deep enough there. Got killed by the wind and at the near post, and it ends up being recollected and put back to Ogonko, who forwards the ball up to Doyle, who's come back, and now he's got to reset his position as it comes over to Longman, who sneaks in front of Beck and knocks it down. O'Brien with it. He's going to push for Longman, and Iwata there to nick it, and it's Iwata and Peck. Right-hand side. Oh, no, not Peck, Roberts.
We'll get some chance going for you then, Trevor.
Oh. Left there. Over to the right-hand side. Ogonko with it. Right side. Played a cross goal by Cleworth. Hyam. Left foot, looping, looking for more. Heads it down nicely for Iwata. Whoops. He put that exactly where he wanted it. Problem was his wrong colored jersey over to the opposite side. Yeah, those are the bad guys, Deandra. If the away coach isn't having a meltdown seizure trying to get heard, we're doing it wrong. But Wrexham, at least with the clapping, is trying to get back into this as Brum flips it over and it's cleared. Long ball left for Robinson to go and chase on. Moore's right there. It gets over to Cochran. Windass there, but it's cleared back in. And we should be able to collect and set this up through Ogonko. Yeah, I don't like that, but it's sort of been par for the course this season. And I was actually surprised in the Bolton game 0-0 that it wasn't as loud. The away section competes with everybody, but at home it hasn't been as loud this season as in past, as Moore tries to make a call with a flop and doesn't get it.
Wasn't that what Fearless and Devotion guys were saying? Like the overall spirit and noise is much better away than at home this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's par for the course. I mean, the away fans, you're getting rowdies, and going away that you need to be bringing your voice, and it's fun, and it's the joy of getting stuck in the opposition stadium, right? But I still think the Wickham game, especially the Red and White Army chant that went on for 10 minutes, was what drew it out of the players. And right now we're listening to Birmingham sing.
Are there I don't know what the new chants are for all the new players. I haven't heard any of them, so someone wants to help the horde out by doing some legwork and uploading them to Discord. I'll cycle out all of the old chants. Love O'Brien's hustle.
Not always, Trevor. We're going to end up having a 30K stadium here in, well, probably the rate we're going, 42 years. But once that cop's up and we got 5 to 8 altogether in that one side, we'll be fine.
Yeah, as far as they don't actually have that many tourist tickets. Here we go down the left.
Nicked it more with it. 56-45 on my feed right now as it's pushed forward, and Longman's going to chase it on, has an opportunity, 9 yards. He's going to take on Iwata into the box, into the area, dances around, right foot, and it missed the pass, but it's down to Dobson. Missed the pass to O'Brien. Instead, it's Sheaf, lays it up. Cleworth, he's going to put it into the area, and it's headed away by Clare. Right back onto the foot of Sheaf. It's over to Cleworth. He puts it into Kabore. Kabore on Gray. He stops, draws back. 9 yards, 10 yards out, goes the other way. Gray jumps. He's got an opportunity. Doesn't take it. Cleworth has it. No, it's swept in. More deflect. Handball? Handball. Official says it was a handball. Ref goes straight to the official. Nope. Nope, not a handball. Belly first. Belly first, hands were down. Instead, we get a corner, and it's going to be O'Brien taking it left-footed in
now we have Doyle
from the
inside.
right-hand side.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to talk to Dykes for getting Cleworth's jersey up around him. find it.
Yeah.
Far post, looking for a dangerous Claire, able to find open space, get up and head it out, and here comes a whistle, and
rain's coming down.
Or something. It's getting chippy now. So,
because this is something, the game's pretty active, so we don't need to go into it too much. But we had Kazuma saying that we need a couple more players, and if we're at all in the top 12, I think, and in January we'll go and get players. But which positions do you think that we needed the most? And I can agree maybe with the defense, or if you thought you needed one more really good midfielder. But I don't know about forwards. I don't know about striker. I mean, we're scoring goals.
Yeah. Ooh, I think we got the benefit there. Is Windass lost control of it. Peck stuck his foot out, and I thought he got all ball, and then got contact late. But free kick anyway to us, so I'll take that one. I don't think
there's that many tourists at the game. It's hard to get tickets.
Well, they do have that small amount there. I don't even want the international tickets because then
they got rid of that, didn't they?
And they may have.
I think they got rid of it. You have to get thrown in the general pool. There's no more allocation for international that I thought.
Ray Kabore comes back, takes it. Kluwer says, settle down. Dobson giving him the communication to say he's got time, and so we're able to flip it out. Doyle pushes it forward. Moore comes back in support. He's got control. He's got to go back to the midfield. He's got three. No, okay. Back heels it to himself and then misses the pass. It was a glorious. I thought the only option he had three defenders on him, was to get it to the middle of the pitch and look for the push. And instead draws it back and then puts the pass forward, and he misses O'Brien. And we've got 30 minutes left to play here. No, Trevor. That's the olden days, my friend. It's the olden days. That's the pre-Rob Ryan days. They could add, I don't know if they'll fill it when it gets to 25, 30K as it sits right now. But they'd certainly, we're dumping 12,000 in there, and there are people screaming for tickets and freaking out over the ballot nonstop.
Well, there's real Wrexham people, true Wrexham fans that can't get tickets.
Yeah. I mean, you can see that in the demand for the cup games early in the year, the EFL Cup, when other teams are only filling 20% of their stadium on a Tuesday night to go to games. And we're not full by any stretch, but we're constantly around 8,000 for a first, second round EFL Cup match.
I saw Fought Mob say that
I'm okay with people having a contrary position. They're allowed to, to be contrarian. I don't have a problem with that. They end up coming in and just slagging for no reason. And he's allowed to be wrong. And
doesn't cost anything. Fought Mob says that we have 19 ability to put 19,000 something in the Stoke IRS.
No.
Yeah. Just a little.
Brian loses possession there to Claire. But the nice thing about Wrexham is we don't need it. I mean, yes, we want it, build on it, and get the full capacity and get the ticket sales. But our funds come more from off the pitch than on the pitch on game day. And so we'll continue to be able to keep building the team because of it. Oh. Doyle misses it, but a bad touch there by Claire. And Moore couldn't collect it, but he's able to deflect it over to Longman. 10 yards out, 15 yards out now through Doyle. He's going to run through the middle of the pitch. He's got Dobson as an outlet. He's not going to take it. He's going to bypass him to Kluworth. It's over to Kabori over on the right-hand side. Looks up, doesn't like it, so he's going to run towards the goal line. And we're going to get a corner. No, that did get past him as Moore's being held up. Oh, my word. I thought Moore did enough trying to fight through that. He certainly was grabbed, and he couldn't get up. That was knife's edge on a penalty. Certainly could have given it, and there wouldn't be any question, I don't think. But anyway, we still got possession. 20. Doyle gets around his man, gets pulled and backwards, and it's going to go for a corner. Pulled backwards and twisted around. That's okay. I don't know. Would like to see that one. Is Moore pulling on?
He is when he falls. He was getting held prior to it.
Okay, he was being held, but he's got enough of the. I can see why that's not. I don't know if definite. I wouldn't have. I don't think there could have been a complaint if it was called. I don't really think there's a complaint that would can't, and I guess that's why you lean towards a no penalty.
I would have felt it was slightly soft if it was called against us, right? So,
and then corner is absolute bunk. As it just goes right through the box, too high for anybody to get their head on, and just rolls out a play, and it's going to be collected from Beadle. Are we at 65 minutes and looking for subs? Getting pretty close here.
Yeah, Birmingham subbing.
Brum first. Dykes off. That's unfortunate. The only time we called his name was on that right-footed stab attempt that came over from Peck this half, but otherwise he was quiet. Another out-of-bounds corner to drive Brendan crazy. Furuhashi. Togo on the back of his jersey. Oh, my God. Kyogo Furuhashi. The thing, and I don't know, Bryn, you'd probably have your finger on the pulse more than I would. I was prepared when I was over there. If I didn't have friends who lined me up with tickets and made sure I got into the barn, I would have paid scalped fees. And I would have stood outside and been like, here's probably 300 quid, 500 quid maybe, to get me into the barn. I didn't fly all the way over to Wrexham to not get in and watch a game.
Yeah, but there was the temporary stand was there then. It's different now.
Yes. And I know that that's frowned upon, but I did, tickets to get over there are expensive. Hotels and food expensive. Holy, that was a flop there by Cochran on Moore with the tennis grunt even. And then it's lost by O'Brien, but saved by Dobson. Lost by Sheaf. This is O'Brien with it now. O'Brien's got Longman left-hand side just in front of.
Oh, that's dangerous. You can't kick like that.
Dance, right foot over far post. I missed the kick that you're talking about unless you're way ahead of me. Everybody's in the middle of the box. And whoa! Flashed right in front of O'Brien's face. He'll give the corner. Oh, got the boot up there. That was Robinson. Windass going to take this one. Right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side. Why'd you jinx it, Kim?
That's a handball.
Oh, keeper had to come out and get that. Didn't get it. It's up. Chipped over too far. Can it get saved and put back in? It can by Doyle. Moore's there. Is that a handball?
I think it was.
That was more handball than the rest. I crowd screamed for it, but the players didn't. Interesting. Keep putting the pressure on. We're continuing to lean the boots. Brendan says the same thing. Clara comes and collects it, gets it over to Cochran, and they're able to settle things down as there was a good 4 or 5 minute foray there. Pressure continuing. The press on. Moore stepping forward. O'Brien's going to slide back. And Clara's going to run it through the middle of the pitch before O'Brien steps up. All the way back to Cheadle. Got to be sometime soon here for the subs. Broadhead coming in. You pay what you're willing to pay, right? Or at least in North America, it's more so. I know that football frowns upon it. Not able to clear in at Stansfield in Furuhashi and tried to cut back through the area, but Gray couldn't get to it. That looked dangerous. Roberts trying jump in there. That's not in the corner, is it? Because that went through Roberts. Didn't he bang that straight out?
How did they get?
Are they getting the corner off of this?
Didn't he try to get that with his left foot?
He did get it with his foot. He just missed it. Like he made contact with it, but he shanked it off of his foot. I'd like to see the replay on that because I don't
get what's going on with these calls. We're missing something.
Did he not make contact with that when he tried the jump through the air delivery and just shanked it off of his foot? Well, hopefully we don't have to go back and replay that and wonder what the hell that happened. It's a left-footed in-swinger from Birmingham. Dangerous territory. Far post, and Gray missed it, and it just went straight out. That's the nervous part, right, Andy? Well, to be fair, up until this last little bit here for the last 2 minutes, we were putting the pressure on for 4, but I'm hoping we don't enter into the last 20 minutes of the games hold on for a point territory. I would have loved to have seen that, Marcus. If you got a YouTube link, put it up there. Ooh. So it did get arm, but his arm was close to his body. So we got subs.
3. Broadhead, James.
I see him. Oh, interesting. Windass is off. So does that mean Broadhead's running up with more?
Yeah.
And they took Gray off. Interesting. Anderson, we got subs everywhere. I don't think Moore is off. Windass came off.
Sheaf came off.
Sheaf is the other?
James came in.
So we got, who's the other midfielder off? We got Sheaf off. I'm assuming it's Dobson then. O'Brien would then be on with Matty James and unless they move Broadhead up forward. We'll figure this out momentarily. Ogonko's got it for the restart. 19 minutes plus added time. Ogonko finds Longman over on the left-hand side, pushing the ball forward, and the new sub gets up there, and it's going to roll out, and Birmingham's going to take the sub. That was well played by the fresh sub, Lewis Kumas.
We were in for him.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I'm surprised Barney didn't come on.
Well, it'd be interesting to see the replacement. I believe it to be Anderson over on that left-hand side and how he matches up with Kabore, because they've definitely – Gray and Kabore were definitely having a battle. So now you got a fresh Anderson throw in. Kabore with it, draws it back. Oh, God. So that's Dobson still out there. That's Doyle. He's going to chip it forward. Moore's still there. Just knocked down by Robinson as Moore got behind him and looked like it might have enough carry. Doyle collects in front of. Oh, there they are. I've only got 2 subs in for us, according to FOTMob. Matty James came in for Sheaf. Nathan Broadhead comes in for Windass. The Wrexham fans getting into it now, trying to pull them out. It's been a sloppy half. Everything that was working right as far as control and pressure. I mean, we've had our opportunities. Matty James, Dobson able to get the ball, so no foul called. It's over to Iwata. Bangs it off of Broadhead or Longman, one of the two, and he's going to get a throw in 20 yards out. And this is where the sit back, right? It's almost the nervous energy starts to take over for Wrexham, where it's been biting us late in games recently. got to try and stay positive. Keep the ball moving forward and see that clearance by Doyle just right into the middle of the pitch to nobody. And now we have to race out and see if we can get it. And against the midfield like Birmingham, it's going to be a challenge. And Beck just settled it down right there. And away they go. Pushed forward. Trouble! And Cleworth with well defended, just laid off enough of the ball to disrupt that from the far post with Anderson. But we're into that territory. But Broadhead, he's got it. Iwata on him. He goes to Moore. Moore gets slew-footed. That was the straight sweep the legs, chop the tree down as Claire takes out Moore. And we'll get a free kick. Alleviate some of the pressure. And come on here, lads.
It got around Doyle on that side.
Stanfield pushed it in. That was Kumas again who got in behind.
Yeah, Doyle's just slow on that edge,
I want a goal late. I want a goal late to be able to turn this bad mojo that we have of collapsing early in the games around. It just needs to disappear. We need the remedy, and I don't care who it is, but find us a cure to what ails us. Is that smashed by Doyle off of Stansfield, and we'll get a throw in here. It's time. Don't even have to ask. Moore with it, flips it up to O'Brien. He's got it. Is anybody worried about us moving up? I mean, Trevor can say it, but it's, again, another incorrect opinion. We're fine. Broadhead. I don't know where he was going with that. Couldn't have been to Moore, couldn't have been to O'Brien. Instead, just a giveaway, and Cochran has it on the left-hand side. Took power activated. I did it, and then we got up with a brutal pass to start. Claire advances it forward. Iwata with it, right-hand side. Matty James out on him. Kumas pulls it back. Claire punched forward. That's going to be Stansfield looking to flip it in. Banging around in the middle of the pitch. Dobson able to settle it down. Can't. Has 3 jerseys around him, and he dealt with 2, but couldn't deal with the 3rd. Doyle. Cool play to Longman, knocks it down. Matty James, settle. Hyam, Cleworth now, and let's get on the front foot here, lads. Build on it. Dobson, he's searching for options. Matty James, middle of the pitch. Broadhead comes back. He's got Longman on one side, decides not to go there, and he's going to go back to Matty James. Come on, boys. Push, push, push. Dobson calls for it. Cleworth moving forward. Kabore, right-hand side, pushes on up to Kabore. I feel good. 18-yard box, do things. Dobson, Cleworth there. He's got him. Kabore pops out, and it's banged out, and we'll get a throw in 20 yards out. Quick back to Dobson, and we're back in play. Switch got to be on here. No, Matty James through the middle of the pitch. We're going to stay on the right-hand side. Dobson. See, here's the thing is if I've got to find for a searching pass that's going to go through the middle of the pitch to find somebody up front, the last person I want taking it is Dobson. He scored the goal. He's amazing tackler, all those things, but that's just not the option that I want. "13 minutes and added time left in this one. Late magic. This game screams for something to happen one way or the other, doesn't it?
So not that anyone wants to entertain anything that Trevor is saying, but the interesting point is what do you consider defending a lead at home? Like defending a lead the whole second half? Is that reasonable to say? Like,
I don't think we did that at all. I mean, they came out 5 minutes in. That's not defending a lead at home.
Right. Like you can't say you can't defend a lead if you didn't hold on for 65 minutes or something, like that's ridiculous. Isn't it? Like, is that what it is?
I think it's 75th minute. But
you get up 1 goal and you park the bus because
it's not. it's not part of the narrative today, but certainly part of the narrative in previous matches.
He just, come on, he
accidentally on purpose. Doyle steps it right into Clare, makes contact with the ball, and it goes blown down. No free kick. It's just Clare is down, just smashed his chest into Doyle. That's
because he had his tongue out.
Clare running right into Doyle. Brick wall meets brick wall. Is that throat? Wrist.
Fall down, go boom.
Tongue out. Oof. Official says that should have been a foul for the chest. For the shoulder into the chest. Not my fave. How very PG of you, Deandra. Oh, my word. Time off. This will add the added minutes, as we've gone a minute already with this delay. I think he's all right. If any, I don't even think it was low enough to wind him. It's just probably big man not used to taking shots. As for potential subs, it's way too hot to wear a toque. I'm with you. The problem is with the subs, who comes in that you end up saying that's an improvement to go and find the win on this one? Lewis Brunt in the back instead of Doyle, maybe to be able to pick out an interception.
Stanfield's
Thomason
like 14 years old.
Thomason maybe out instead of Dobson, but I don't want McLean in over Longman. I mean, I could go Barney on the right and keep Longman on the left potentially, but I still like Cabore's game. And is Sam Smith an improvement? And would you do that after you brought Broadhead in for Windus? I don't think so. So I don't know what we've got left on the bench for lining this up to take it home. I think this is largely looking at the 11 on the pitch to say find a way. I don't expect Ogonko to score. But in any event, we're back underway. 9 minutes left, and Doyle bullet pass, but it gets taken by Iwata, and it's going to go flipped hard the other way. And a flop there, and it comes down. We'll get a throw in. As I say that, you can see Thomason and Smith up in the background. So there's the answer to my question. Smith in for more? Or do you put Smith in for O'Brien and you drop more back? Smith in for Dobson and drop? I don't know. We'll see. But then you wouldn't expect Thomason to come in as well. Cabore, I don't know what that touch was.
We're emptying the bench.
What was that from Cabore? I don't know what he was trying to do. Oh, McLean's up?
No, we're bringing in 4. Barney's up too.
Barney's up too?
We look dead out there. I don't disagree.
A little bit of wakey, eggs and bakey. Let's get into it. I don't know about Macca's the only one, but I guess if you're going to bring Barney in.
All they're doing is flopping on the ground. This is disgusting.
Punched up ahead. I don't know. You must be way ahead of me, maybe. 81 minutes and 48 seconds for me. 81.50, and there's that flop you're just talking about. And there's O'Brien on the run up to Cabore. Can you get it to him? He's onside if it's there, and the pass is too heavy, but his Moore collects it. Left-footed! Missed it. Was that a shot or did he change his mind halfway through and try pass? But anyway,
he has a shit left foot.
Hey, Paul, how's it going, my friend? It's always nice when people I know eke into the chat. Flamingo's feeling it. This game always makes me nervous and mad. I hate this team so much.
I just think Trevor jinxed his.
So what was Moore doing here? Was that an attempt to draw it back towards Broadhead and he lifted it too far over top of him, or was?
If you're getting bullied by O'Brien, then you shouldn't be playing.
No, Cochran's been flopping. Remember that it's been him on the Cabore challenges on the 2 previous that we were like, what the hell?
Oh my goodness.
Headed back through the middle of the pitch. Collected by Haim. Well done. Kabore gets around. No, he doesn't get around Anderson. He dragged the leg late. And then there's the shoulder charge. No call. Anderson takes it, pushes it through, flipped up, scores. Offside. That's a makeup call. That's a makeup call. He doesn't want the shoulder charge. Doesn't want the shoulder charge.
It's not a makeup call. He was like yard off.
Was he? That's a clear foul. Oh, yeah, he's offside.
Look, we can buy you a Birmingham shirt if you'd like.
Hey, I don't care how it happens, but I thought it was the right call to make a makeup call anyway. If you're the official, you don't want that non-call to end up directly leading to a goal. So you can blow it down for offside to say, hey, I stuffed 2 calls, one either way on the same play. I'd rather have that as an equalizer. But as it turns out, it was just a missed call, a bad call by the official, and then a good call on the offside. Okay, flip the script, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's bad subbing. You needed to get more out sooner.
Kumas picks up a yellows. Did he get overly talkative? There's a flag on the play. I'd like to review. McLean, Barney Smith.
Jesus. Arthur, come on.
You're way ahead of me, my friend.
I'll stop talking.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Well, it got saved. But Doyle had to bust his ass over to the line to save that on a back pass that caught the wind and just curled the other way. And now we're on 3-on-2 coming the other way. Kumas with it. Far post danger. Thank you, Ogonko, for going out and actually playing it outside the 6-yard box because he had to. But always dangerous because he pushed it back through the middle. As we are on the back foot, as Wrexham late in games tends to do. And I don't like this narrative. I don't like this narrative and this sub. And what do we got for added time? At least 4? They're sitting there. The 4th official wouldn't let them come in. They were standing there and they were being marshaled back towards the bench by the 4th official. And so it's Claire with it. Danger. Matty James collects. Longman slips. Oh, no. He lost his heels and it's going to roll out. Longman. No foul. Lost his footing and took out Kumas. Did Longman got him with his head and tripped up his legs. An accidental tackle, but still a foul, I think, in any event. But we'll take it. Another non-call to our benefit, and it's over to Cochran on the left-hand side. Tackle there. Well done. Disrupts. Kabore grabs it. He's held by the arm and too much holding, and we'll get the call the other way. Flip the switch. Here comes the subs. I don't think there's going to be a 95th, Trevor. I think it's only probably 4 minutes. We'll see. I know they're more generous in the second half. So the wing backs change. Barney on the right, Maka on the left. And we're bringing Sam Smith in as the Birmingham fans pour in. Oh, Scar's come on. Is that his first minutes in the league so far this year? I think it is.
Yeah, late winter would be exciting by us.
He's had 1 minute this season, has Mr. Scar. Moore tries to get it to Barney, can't. Dobson's going to go and collect. Clearworth is the outlet, gets it to him, pressure's on, and so he chips it back up. O'Brien tried to get it to Barney, too heavy, and it's turned over as Anderson knocks it down. Cochran slides it over, and away we go. Clare, long ball down the right side. Doyle there, heads it back, gets it down, and Matty James collects back to Doyle. He tries to beat his man, can't, pushes it forward and gives it up. Doyle can't get back as he was pushing it forward, and it's a bad pass. I was like, somebody go and get that ball. It took forever for the defense to go and collect it, and Moore deflects and tries to get it to Broadhead. Can't. Matty James collects. He's got to run for support and open things up, and he gets kicked in the legs for it, and we'll get a free kick. Clumsy challenge. Let's go. Kazuma, I'm with you. They should have been in at least at the 80th minute. But Brendan was calling for them earlier just because after the goal and the pressure coming that we just had to change the script. We're back underway. Doyle, far side on the switch, looking for Barney. Anderson gets up there. Cochran collects it. He pushes it forward. Matty James settles it down with Dobson. Over to O'Brien. We've got possession now, 35 yards. Cleworth, Barney, Dobson playing catch with it over on the right-hand side. Too many white jerseys, so the switch is going to be on. Scar, Doyle, Matty James, left foot, bringing it over and just gives it away. Moore got on that one on the challenge. That's a handball. Oh, we got away with it. Handball by Broadhead, but no call on it. Should have been a free kick the other way, but we eke an extra possession because of his fortuitous handball. Pushed forward. Moore's offside. Can't go get it, but Sam Smith is onto the clock. Pushes it forward. Maka into the challenge. Not enough pace to deal with Iwata, who lost the ball. Tomoki Iwata gives us a possession. Doyle, he tried to leave it, didn't leave it, drew it in. That was McLean and Doyle on different scripts. And we'll see how many added minutes of extra time we have on this one. 5. Did they have an extra sub that came in here? Who was that? Okay. Anderson, misplay. I like it. We get possession. Let's go. Now they're sloppy. Now we get to put the pressure on. And this is where I want the subs to come in. Fresh legs. Apply the boots, boys. Do the thing. Yeah, where's the Scottish Viking when we need him?
Viking Jesus time.
Moore with it. Nice little touch to knock that down, maintain possession. He's looking for options, and it's a little scrambly, but he finds Dobson on our side of the half. Maka's over on the left. Is he going to give it to him? No, he's going to run through the middle and draw it forward. O'Brien through the middle. Broadhead forward. Maka on the left-hand side. He's going to take the pass. 18 yards out. Waiting for red jerseys to move into the box. And nope, Broadhead's going to take it because the red jerseys were late. We had to find an option, and that's what it was. Matty James draws it back. 92nd minute, bad pass. Scar's got to go back and collect it. Come on here.
Jesus, guys. Stop.
Do a thing. Do a thing. Bad pass to Scar. Now he's got to go back and collect that again from Cleworth. And then he bangs it off of a defender, and Ogonko's got to come out and collect it outside the zone, and he's just spinning right outside the box, so he's got to just thump it to clear it. And are we going to collect it here? Yes, Cleworth has it. Right-hand side, over the halfway line. Pushes it forward. Barney's there, leaves it for Cleworth. Nope, maintains. Cleworth, he's running through the middle of the pitch now. Dobson collects, and we're over to Doyle, who's got lots of space to run. Broadhead to his right, 18-yard left foot. Brings it off of Clark. That was never the option. Just not enough force on it, and now Dan Scar's got to come and chip it back forward, and he does, but it's collected. And now it's going to be Brum settling things down. 3 minutes left, and they're going to look to build. Beaver power, Took power. I'm sick. Find a way. Voodoo, whatever. Rub a totem. Do a thing. 2.5 minutes through the added time as it's flicked over to the far side, and Maka is able to head it forward, but too much on it and couldn't get collected by Broadhead. Instead, it gets collected by Clare. Robinson, halfway line. Talking to his left. He's going to collect. And the press is on, and it's the sideways passing right now as Birmingham's looking for options. Step up, Nathan. Broadhead's got to get out on this guy quick. like keep the pressure on. Maka's going to take the challenge. Gets the turnover. Oh, almost kept it in play there. Stole it off of Kumas. They didn't have the Friday game on TV in the UK? Really?
That's surprising.
It is surprising.
Especially this game.
I just assumed it was. The powers of Tukes combined as Deandra links up. 1.5 minutes left in the extra time. It's going to be a long throw in here from 25 yards out. This is going to have to be quite the hoof by Robinson to be able to get this one in. Robinson, actually, that is a pretty damn good throw. And hey, what does Ogonko do? He comes 7 yards out to collect that one. He plays it. Doyle has it. Maka's over on the other side. He's got it now. Awada coming forward on him. Maka runs towards the middle of the pitch, leaves it for Matty James, and he's going to thump it down the pitch to nobody. Well, that sucked. Long ball, going to bounce out, and Birmingham does a suck. Nobody wants this. That's what the last 5 minutes has demonstrated. Nobody wants this.
Why is the ref getting in Doyle's way?
I don't know.
Linesman, sorry. Wanted to call him a ref.
Thrown in. Moore flicks it on, trying to find O'Brien. He does. O'Brien has possession, gets it to Moore, tries to flick it on to Matty James, but loses it, and Birmingham City is going to get the last chance of the game. Peck up to Anderson, left-hand side, 30 yards out. Barney's there defensively. O'Brien coming back into the area, just outside, crosses there. Matty James collects, thumps. Moore up there, challenging on Clara. Trying to get it to his outside. The mass run is on, looking for red jerseys in support. Draws it back. McLean, whistle up to the throat. Well, we kissed her sister. How's that feel? Disappointing. Better squad didn't take it. And I have no problem saying that one. That breakdown, though. What do we have to do, Brendan, to stop that breakdown? It's 3-4 times in a row where we've given away those late goals where the high line can't respond to the turnovers.
That wasn't a late goal, though.
Well, not late goal, but it's the same circumstance. The goals that we are struggling to defend the most, that continue to bite us in the ass, are those turnovers at the halfway line, which they should stop.
Yeah, when our defense has too high of a line and we can't backtrack, we suck at getting back. We get run past, and that's where we give up the goals.
You need to be there when you've got possession to be a safety valve and an output, an option for them, right? Is that tomorrow? The women's match is on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday, because it's Friday. Canadian Sunday, right? Yeah. But we can't get back. And so whether that's can we afford to pull them back so they're back and not there as an outlet for the midfielders to
well, that's what I was worried about. I thought there was a gap there, but
we need to drill
the times that
we going backwards.
When we give it up, it's because we were playing too high of a line. They were comfortable. They thought we had the ball. Someone does a stupid turnover, and then the guys just don't get back fast enough. So.
And I missed all of that, Brendan, because I hit the wrong button, and I hope you're still there.
I am, yep.
If not, I'll have to make a sub with
we had too much possession. That's what the problem was.
A late in the day blip on my end.
Yeah, we don't have to look for crappy narratives to say that we can't hold on. That's not the case.
Well, I don't think this is a we can't hold on situation. I think this is a too many breakdown goals where they come at us from after a turnover and we're not able to find a defensive answer. I don't know about Kakache. I've been happy with Longman, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I can't see Longman taking his spot from Kabore over on the right-hand side. You want to go through the stats?
Yeah, they're up.
They're up. Let me get to them. I haven't done that yet. I'm just going to look at the momentum meter that is on under the facts, just so I can track that. I'm at. See, what a different this momentum meter is so weird from what I read through the match. Right, first half it's all blue, and then the first 12 minutes, 14 minutes they've got, 13 minutes of the second half all blue, and then all red after that. That's not what I saw. In fact, it's almost the inverse. But I thought second half equal first half, we were in control and never really under threat. And the only thing that bit us, it's not can't hold a lead that bit us in the ass. It's that breakdown, turnover, can't scramble back in time. But at the end of the day, going through the stats, then possession, we got too much of it, 41%. And when we have that much percentage, our XG, which in the first half, our XG was 1.61. In the second half, we only added 0.13 XG, despite being 50-50 in ball possession in the second half. Total shots, 12, 4 on target, 8 shots for them, 3 on target. Touches in the box, that's where the magic it was, 17-12. Still solid for us, but we gave up too much. Passing pretty much down at near exactly where we are for the season. They were not quite at 500. Is it true that they went more on the front foot in the second half? Definitely an argument to be raised there that they were at least more enterprising in trying to bust things down and move it forward. I don't know. I think that's all we need for the stats. If you jump into the table, we're no better, no worse than we've been throughout. You take a point, it's not enough in this competition.
See you later, Marcus. Good luck this season.
Later, Marcus. We move up to 14th from 15th with everybody else with a game at hand, and Ipswich with 2 because they had that cancellation in their match that they had a couple of weeks ago with the Rovers. Birmingham no better off. They're sitting at 11th. And so nobody gains points. Nobody really walks away happy. And now we go into the gauntlet. Stoke City away, Oxford at home, Middlesbrough away, Cardiff City in the 4th round of the EFL Cup at home, and then Coventry at home. It's not going to get easier. And would you be happy if you maintained and didn't banana slip on Oxford and you got ties in those other 3? You had 6 points. And this is a weird question. There's 12 points on the line there, right? Would you be happy with 6 out of 12?
I guess.
I'm trying to settle my expectations here.
Well, that'd be 1.5 points a game, like, right? So,
yeah,
1.5 keeps you treading water. You got to get closer to 2 to start making progress.
I guess that's the difference. 6. I think 6 out of 12 says we put our expectations that unless things really change, we're going to be bumping around the middle of the table. If we're able to grab 8 or 9, I don't think we can get more than 9 out of that gauntlet. But if we bump 8 or 9, I think that puts us in good stead and sets ourselves forward on a go-forward basis. I should read the chat and see if people agree with that comment. Flamenco says, good job. I canceled my doctor's appointment today. Everybody else says, I'd be happy with 6. I'd be happy with 6. I think that's the metric. So we go into this one and we see where it's at. Less than 6, I think, is disappointing. 6 means we announce ourselves firmly in the middle of the table, but with an opportunity to grow going forward. Des says, way too early. Never too early. Never too early. Because I don't think you want to chase this one late. I don't think in the championship you want to chase late. I know that there's always one team that falls and one team that rockets up late in the season and has themselves a complete amazing or shitter second half. Oh, we're set, Trevor. I like the narrative, but it's just factually inaccurate. We do have to clean up the home thing, but I mean we're taking points. It's not that we're giving away points now. It's just that we're not securing 3. and we're being buoyed by our away form. So I'm not concerned about it. And I can go to football ref stats here for a second and just see where we sit as far as points earned away at home and away. You go with our away form, we are 7 points. We're 2 away from being the best in the league through 4 away games. 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. At home, we've got now 3 draws. It's not enough. I'll admit that.
We swapped out our whole lineup. I mean, our whole starting 11. It takes time to gel. The fact that we are where we are, I'm happy.
Yeah. And the good news is when people end up talking about relegation as a potential option, I mean, we've only got 3 points now, 2 points before the day started. And we were, and that as a way form is still not even close to being, well, I guess it's close, but it's not the worst in the league. Norwich hasn't won at home in 4. Blackburn hasn't won at home in 3. Sheffield hasn't won at home at 4. Sheffield United. Wednesday has 1 draw. And then there's 3 of us, Oxford United, Derby, and Wrexham on 2. Those teams aren't winning away. I think they're far more in trouble than we are with respect to form and style of play. To me, the absolute worst that we do this year is in that 16th to 18th band, and I don't think that's likely. I see us in that roughly where we are or better. And what's going to be the measuring stick is the month of October. So we've got 14 days off. No women or no men's games. Still here with the women and big women's matches. Cardiff City and Swansea.
I never would have called them big women, but you go ahead. Do you?
Big women's matches. Adjective operative on women's matches. Okay. On the matches, not on the women.
I think they're just right the way they are.
Thanks for that. Going to get me in shite. Anyway, I'm going to go and get back to work and try to get over things and wardrobe tomorrow, birthday party after that, and then on set Sunday, and we're all over it.
Yeah, women's game Sunday. It's going to be a good one. So,
see, Charles, there's the beacon of positivity, and let's leave this with Charles to take us home. Thinks 8 out of the next 5 is definitely a possibility. And I guess the good news is out of that one is you've got 4, 2 at home, 2 away. And so it thinks 8's a definite possibility. Just got to break the seal, he says. And I got to scroll up to get that. Crack the seal and then the floodgates open at home. Stoke and Middlesbrough won't be there at the end of the season. I think that's true now. But let's get the points while they're hot, right? Just our luck. We play them when they're hot. Well, let's wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Like button down below. Be here on Sunday, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock out in the UK, unless the time difference is happening. Double check that in the UK, but I believe that to be true. And watch as that's a big match to start things off. You're probably going to play them 3 more times, but getting those points will be a big thing. See you Sunday for that one, and we'll be back for Stoke City all the way down on the 18th. And maybe there's a Canadian international. We picked that one up. Have a good one. Enjoy it. And Trevor, just a reminder, your team only got 1 point against Wrexham, and that's
if we stink, how bad are you? You couldn't beat us.
There you go. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.